All right, guys, so today we're taking a look at the TK300 from Tomofree, and as you can see, this looks like a motorcycle. It has the look of a motorcycle, and I have to tell you, it packs power. We're talking about two 1750-watt motors, one in the front, one in the back, and you can actually go fast. And let me just show you how fast. So right now we're cruising at around 27, 29, maybe even 30 miles an hour, and I'm telling you, it is effortless, the speed on this scooter, or in this case, not scooter, bike, because guess what? This is a bike. I'm going to have to slow down a bit because I am making it through my course really fast. So first of all, as you can see, this bike is a pedalable bike, right? So all you have to do is pull back a little bit more, and then you can pedal, and it has a comfortable pedal. You're talking about riders anywhere from 5'4" all the way up to 6'2". And one of the things that's crazy about this is that we're talking about 400 pounds. I was gonna say 600, 400 pounds. We're talking about 400-pound riders. And I think that that's also something that's pretty spectacular. I think that this is the first bike that we've reviewed that you can actually have 400-pound riders on. It has hydraulic brakes front and back. It has hydraulic also front and rear suspension. So this is considered a soft tail bike. Soft tail meaning that in the back, it has a shock, and that shock, I'm gonna go ahead and bump a little bit on it, is going to give you a really, the way I put it, delicious ride. Now, this, given the power that it has, and we're talking about, I think it was in excess of 80 to 90 mile range. So it's like 40 almost, well above 80 miles. Now, depending on your weight, and I'm at 180, you're gonna be able to get a pretty far distance on this bike, depending on how you throttle and what speed you're running at. Obviously, if you're gonna be just 100% electric like I am right now, your range is gonna vary based on your terrain and everything that's going on. But I love the overall look of this bike. You'll see when we do the close-ups that the actual, again, grips here, they're motorcycle-like. Now, they don't have the palm support, which I always really appreciate, which gives you support right here in your palms. But you know what? It's a motorcycle. It looks like one. It has a nice horn, loud horn, one of the loudest horns. Let me do this again. That is loud. It also then has a headlight, and the headlight is motorcycle-like, has a really nice display that is really easy to read, has 5 pedal assist modes, and again, it's just a great bike. People are looking at me and they don't know what they're looking at. They don't know if it's a bike or if it's a scooter. Obviously, the pedals are going to give it away. But this is really nice. And I have to say it, I think these guys have a home run when it comes to this type of bike. First of all, the power, and also then the fact that it has this look and speed set it apart from a lot of the bikes that we've looked at on our channel. I am really digging it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this car pass us up, and we're gonna go ahead and test out how fast this bike will go. So we're gonna go ahead and set it up a pedal assist 2, or actually 5. And I'm gonna floor it in a second because I'm gonna catch up really quick. And did you hear that? That was a peel, baby. That was a peel. Front and rear tires are engaged, full motor power, and we are hitting 33 miles an hour, 34 miles an hour, 35 miles an hour. And I gotta tell you, 35 miles an hour, I'm a chicken. So I have to slow down because it will go beyond 35 miles an hour. This is incredible. Now that was freaking awesome, guys. I just gotta say that was awesome. So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna do another acceleration test. Oh, and by the way, the brakes here are pretty solid too. They work really nicely. I'm gonna take off that dual power because that was kind of scary. I gotta say, I was scared. I'm a chicken. That was fast. We're gonna go ahead and see how fast we can accelerate here in a minute. All right, so here we're gonna do single power, right? So this is gonna be rear only, and we're gonna see how quickly it picks up. I'm right now around 4 miles an hour. Let's go ahead and hit it. And it's doing a gradual pickup. I can see the speed going up. I'm at 15 miles an hour, 18 miles an hour, 21 miles an hour, right? 23, 24, 25. All right, so this is not scary. This is 27 miles an hour, 28 miles an hour, 28, 29, 28 and 29, it's right around hovering that, about 29.2, 29.4. That was a comfortable, non-scary ride. I like it. All right, so we're gonna slow down and we're gonna see what we can do now. So we're going down to 3 miles an hour and I'm gonna go ahead, dual power, floor it. You hear that? Oh, I love it, I love it. That was awesome. All right, so we jumped up to 31 miles an hour in no time flat. I gotta slow down. All I gotta say is, guys, that power. Oh, love it. So this is definitely one of my favorite bikes. It is fast, it's powerful, and it's quiet. So as an electric bike, you know what? I don't need anything that growls. I just need something that goes. And this goes. This really goes. So as you can tell, this is gonna be not just a double thumbs up, but if I had 4 hands, this would be a quadruple hands up. 4 thumbs up. All right, so we're gonna check it out how fast we can go. This thing is clocking, top speed for me so far has been 35 miles an hour. Let's go. I'm getting in my pole position, leaning forward a little bit to see if I can get more aerodynamic. We are hitting 33 miles an hour. I wanna see if I can go beyond that. We got 35, 35.3, 35.3. Let's see what the speed cam tells us. 36 miles an hour, 36 miles an hour. And it's basically saying, buddy, you going too fast. I love that. So this is fast. So let's talk about the overall ride. We did say that this has 20-inch tires by 4-inch wide. We said they were all terrain. And the ride on this is really nice. Pedaling, as you can see, I'm gonna go ahead and pedal a little bit. I'm not the tallest person. Oh, this is going fast, even at that speed. So notice that, I was hitting 26 miles an hour, just with no effort pedaling. It does have a gear change on the side, so that gear change is really nice too. Remember, this is a 7-speed Shimano type system, and you can see my pedaling, the way my legs extend. If you are maybe 6 feet, it's probably gonna be a little bit harder for you, but this is definitely a riding bike. All right, now one of the things I wanted to say about the ride also is, and this is something that matters to me a lot, is typically as I ride bikes, most of the bikes that I have force you to lean forward, right? You're leaning forward as you're riding the bike. This one, the handle steering is high enough where I can actually lean back a little bit and I'm not crouched forward. I like that, especially if you're gonna be riding this a long distance. And let's face it, the fact that it could go over 40-mile range is something that you may be riding a little bit longer. So that's just one thing to consider. The controls here are really easy to access, so you do have everything is here within reach. And I'll tell you, I do like the ignition and key system. I'm getting used to the grip. I love the chrome finish. I love everything about how this is kind of like all laid out. And again, the display here is a really nice, easy to see display even in a sunny day like it is in Chicago. And let's face it, we don't have many sunny days. Winter is upon us, it's really upon us. Fall is coming. And so far, I have to say it again, this is a double, triple, quadruple thumbs up bike. Love it, love it, love it. Now the Tomofree TK300 is packed with power. We're gonna first start talking about the power because this thing is pretty incredible. First of all, you have two, not one, two 1,750 watt motors. So you can see one here in the back, right there, and then there's also one in the front. And obviously one of the most striking things about this bike is it has a motorcycle-like and feel to it. It's not gonna be a 2-person bike, but it is a really good looking single-person bike. And also it has not only those two, again, powertrains that you have in front and back, but then what you also have right there is a fantastic soft tail suspension. So this isn't a hardtail suspension. So when you sit in this, you have that rear shock that's going to give you some really nice hydraulic support. That also, combined with the one in front, gives us a very comfortable ride, incredibly comfortable ride. Now it does have a really nice, I would say, worry-free mudguard. You see the mudguard right there. It's a little bit different. It rides higher, more like a dirt bike look almost. So you can see how it's up there, but it does a really nice job of keeping things away. So fantastic power, and then also really nice stylistic designs that you're starting to see right there. Now the range on this bike is 40 to 80 miles, and that's also something that's going to take you really, really far. Now, the other thing that I'll highlight is that the max capacity of this bike is 400 pounds. 400 pounds. So if you are on the larger side, this is going to be able to handle you without a problem. Now, other things to highlight is that it also has dual hydraulic brakes. So that's really nice that they did not skimp on the brakes at all. So you have hydraulic brakes. You have, again, that rear and front fork suspension. You do have speeds on this, right? So you have 5, and then you also have 7-speed Shimano system. For those of you who want to pedal, you can with this. And I've had a really good experience pedaling as well. Now, the wheel size, you're looking at 20-inch, 4-inch off-road tires. Those tires are really, really nice. Go ahead and zoom into that so you can see that right there. Look at those tires. Those are grippy. You're not going to have any problems. Sand, dirt, urban terrain, non-urban terrain is going to work really, really well. Now, the charging time, because of the capacity of this bike, is around 5 to 10 hours. So it does take a little bit longer to charge because of the capacity. The actual frame is made out of a 6061 aluminum alloy material. Let's take a closer look at some of the other features so that you can see what's going on here. So again, now the side view of this scooter is very striking, and most people who see it think it's a motorcycle just because it has that motorcycle look. I love the way how everything is really enclosed here and covered up. The whole rivet looks really nice. The pedals are well suited. I can pedal in this bike without a problem. And that I find that is unique because many of the bikes that I review that have this look are for riding purposes only and not for pedal purposes. But given kind of how it's designed and the distance between the saddle and the pedal, it works well for my height. Now, this is going to support riders anywhere from 5'4", I think all the way up to 6'2". So you're going to be able to have a wide variety of riders. You'll notice that the battery also has a lock. It also has power. And again, you'll be able to charge this and also remove the battery if you need to for, let's say, for winter or just for security purposes. Now, the other thing that you'll notice is that the tires themselves, the actual rims, are solid. Now, you also notice that the rims themselves are super durable. You can see the design style. This is actually one of my preferred design styles, especially for a bike like this, as opposed to the traditional bike-like spokes. I love the way this actually looks, and for me, they just feel a little bit more durable. Now, the other thing, as you look at the front, you'll see that the front and the back both have power hubs. That's why I was saying that powertrain, you have front and back. And it has this boost feature that when you press it, this is Tesla-like experience where you hit the throttle, the wheels peel. You just get that vroom, that power just comes through. Absolutely love it. Now in the front here, you can see that you have your motorcycle headlamp, and then you can see again that you have that front disc brake system. Mine came in a little damaged, and Tomofree is actually sending me a replacement. I'm waiting for my replacement to come in. But you'll notice right here, I actually had to unbend this for whatever reason. This is kind of one of the first versions that they've shipped. They're improving the packaging. I gave them some feedback on things that need to change to make sure that these bikes, when delivered, come across pristine, and they're immediately taking action on that. So you'll notice that this is not an accident. This is just carrier damage, and I'll get a replacement to basically satisfy kind of like that imperfection that I have right there. Now, there's also a lot of goodness going on with cable management. I love the fact that the cable management on this bike is pretty clean. It's straightforward. Everything kind of hides away and tucks into the frame, and it's not outstanding. The headlamp itself is motorcycle grade. This thing is bright, and I also love the look of it. Now, to give you a sense of how bright this headlamp is, let me put my hand here so you can see this. This thing is bright. People saw me riding this bike, and they didn't know if it was a motorcycle or a bike. They kept on looking at it and saying, what is going on? And this thing is fast too. So this combined with this overall aesthetic is just super duper sharp. So now the motorcycle look doesn't just end up with the frame, everything. Look at these details. Look at how beautiful these handles are. So these are some really, really nice handles. You can see here I have my, this is my boost mode that I can press. I also have my light here where I can turn on and off. It has a horn, right? My braking system, at least for one of the brakes, and then I have on the other side my control area right here, so I can change power, cycle through the display, which is actually incredibly easy to read. Now, speaking about display, this display is very easy to read, and you can see how colorful the display is even in the outside. I have this thing full powered. You can actually change from the different speeds, right, all the way up, so you can see your 5 speeds. And then what you have here is an indicator when you have boost mode on. That is going to also show a little icon here as well. The actual fork, you can see that you have your adjustment right here for your actual suspension. You can make it harder or you can make it softer. Now the rubber band, this is my doing, guys. I have it because I tend to lose keys. So I need to get a key ring for this guy. So I'll probably 3D print something. But here you basically have the keys to lock the bike, and you actually have 2 sets of keys. So these keys right here are for the battery, and then this key right here is for the bike itself, so that you can lock and unlock it. You can see the shifter is here. I like the shifting, right? So here's you have your handle. It's a twist, right? So this is how you give it gas or power it up. And the one thing I'll highlight about this is that when you get on it, make sure you always have the bike on 0 or have it off, because too many people I've seen grab a bike and they tend to twist and the bike goes, right? This isn't a scooter. This goes. There's no push to start here. It just goes. So be mindful of that. And then here you have your gear shifter that you can go up and down. And then obviously you'll want to take this with you, these keys with you. You don't want to keep them with or connected to the bike if you're not using it, just so that you can protect your investment. Now, one of the things you're going to notice here is that it does have this little power button on here. And I spoke to the company because you notice that it's kind of lightly illuminated. It's going to always remain illuminated. And there is an actual, this is kind of like a secondary battery that once you press it, that is now supplying power to the bike. You actually have 2 power ports that you can charge. So you have the one that's right here, and then you have one that's right here, right? And on the other side, you do have a fuel gauge. So here you see your key entry, right? And then over here is your fuel gauge. So if I have this on and I were to press this, let me get on this side, make it easier for you guys to see. You press this right here, you can see what your fuel gauge is, right? So it's going to light up nicely. If this is off, let me go ahead and turn it off. You press it, nothing happens, right? Because it's not activated. So I like the fact that you have that battery there as well, which is going to give you that fantastic range. Now it's really hard to see, but you can see it's present. There's a rear, I say tail marker, and that's going to be your brake as well, and it's going to be illuminated when you have your headlight on. And you'll notice that it has a little area there. If you want to put like any custom plate just for fun, don't need them, but hey, it looks cool. So guys, that wraps up our review. See you in the next video.